Hey everyone, today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk about anime for a change and not video games. Yeah, am I right? Shocking. And particularly speaking, I wanted to talk about my anime figurines. Yeah, wanted to show you a little bit all what I had at my place, what I bought for now, and have a little bit of your thought about them, if you like them, etc. And yeah, maybe you will share also what you have. Let's go. I wanted to start a little bit about the classics. What do I mean by that? What I grew up, mainly. One of the anime that I watched a lot growing up was, I think like a lot of people, Dragon Ball Z, alright? And of course, if I speak about Dragon Ball Z, I need to speak about Goku. So this is my Goku figurine that I appreciate and love very, very much so. It's simple. I like the facial expression. Okay, clearly in the middle of a fight, just flexing his 2,000, 3,400 muscles. I cannot count them. It's just surhuman. So, what do I like Dragon Ball Z? Okay. I know that a lot of people will say, haha, Dragon Ball Z, you know, it's mid. I hear a lot. I hear this a lot of time nowadays. People saying that Dragon Ball Z in mid, but I beg to differ. I would agree that if we'll speak about Dragon Ball Super, like nowadays, sure, it's quite mid. But why is it quite mid? Well, it's focusing mainly about the strawberry on top of the cake. What I mean by that is that sure, what's the strawberry in question? It's the Kamehameha, it's all the techniques, it's the screaming and all the Super Saiyan transformation. Sure, it's awesome, it's good and all. But growing up, I really feel that Dragon Ball Z wasn't only about that. It was cool. Oh, I love it. I tried to transform so many times as a kid as a Super Saiyan when I was a kid, screaming my lungs out until I fucking destroy my voice. But I feel like what really got me hooked on Dragon Ball Z, especially the character of Goku right here, growing up, is that I think like for a lot of people it taught me a lot of important values that I think I'm still carrying along my life until today. For example, the idea of never giving up, facing adversity. Like anyone who watched the original Dragon Ball, each time there was a new big strong villain, everyone could notice that a lot of like Goku's friend were failing at keeping their morals up, were immediately going, you know, full doom in their head. Oh my god, we are never gonna beat Cell, he's too strong, it's over. And Goku in the middle of this is always, you know, he was the real top G. Okay, he was always the guy that managed to keep his cool and managed to see the path that they needed to take him and his friend to fight this adversity and eventually defeat it. Okay, he never admitted defeat until the end. And yeah, I really think that's what made Dragon Ball Z and Goku that dear to me growing up. What else do I have related to Dragon Ball Z? Oh yeah, I have a Bulma figurine that you can see actually right here. A little Bulma figurine. I don't need to say more about it, I just like Bulma a lot. Okay, there you go. I just like her. I also have my C18 figurine. My C18 figurine is probably one of the figurines that I like the most. I'll let you guess why. No, mostly like C18, if you wanna know, she's my waifu. She's probably one of the female protagonists that I like the most. I don't know. I dig her style, I'll dig her drip. I find her very cool. In terms of other animes that I grew up with, I would say this a little bit later. Dragon Ball we're talking before 10, while this anime in question probably during my teenagehood, that it meant a lot, and it is Full Metal Alchemist. And I have this figurine of Alfonso, that I just love. It's amazing. Like the fucking let me show you it a little bit better. Like the fucking pose is so cool. The fucking martial art pose, I just dig it. It's amazing. Like it really gives such like a feel of power. Wow, Alphonse for the win. Unfortunately, I do not have yet Edward Elric figurine that I wanted to possess. Like, the few ones that I actually saw in stores were not that impressive. Like, at least in France, where I live, I didn't saw in all the stores that I have around my place an interesting figurine, but still, I'm still hoping to have one in the future, and if I don't find one in the future around where I live, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to order one from Japan, like from a website like AmiAmi, or why not go directly to Japan and get one for myself. Yeah. Oh, a quick anime that I didn't talk about that was also linked to my childhood is, of course, Sailor Moon. Of course, I had to possess a quick Sailor Moon. Wait, why is it not focusing? If I stop moving. Focus. Focus. Ah, whatever. An anime that I watched in my teenagehood that I didn't thought much about. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was kind of, yeah, sure, why not, was actually Evangelion. Okay, if you wanna believe it. I found it like an interesting mecha anime, but I didn't think that much of it. But I actually only started rewatching it those last years, and then it was a complete fucking revelation. I started rewatching it actually when the new movies came out, and right now they're very easy to watch anywhere. If you have Prime, Amazon Prime, I feel like a lot of people have it because, you know, it's practical to be able to order shit, etc. This is not sponsored, I tell you right now, I just like Amazon, that's it, okay? And so I have Prime, and I remember that I started watching the movies, and yeah, I completely digged it, and I didn't realize like the masterpiece that it was. And since then, like, I rewatched those movies I don't know how many times, and now I just want to go and rewatch again everything. And I was happy to actually watch that with my wife. Like, I wanted to interest her into mecha anime. She was not into it at all, and I know that Evangelion. Yep, I know that Evangelion, well, was probably one of the best mecha animes out there. So I thought it would be an interesting introduction. And to be honest, rewatching it, I was just even more shocked than her at the quality of the story, of the animation, everything. Even the 90s show. Like, the 90s show is absolutely crazy. It's bonker. It's huge. Okay? So, the figurines. Yes, as you can see in my hand, it's been 5 minutes that I'm talking that I have it. Of course, the EVA 01. Okay? I love it. You love it. Everyone loves it. Okay? It's huge. It's tremendous. Amazing. What else do I have? Except the EVA 01. Wait, that I'm gonna put slowly, I do not wanna hurt it. I have the prototype EVA 0 right here, okay, with a spear. I did not paint the spear, I'm sorry, as you can see. I know I need to go buy some red paint and put it red, but for now it's gray. Yeah, I need to take care of that because it will look so much cooler if that spear was red. Let's continue speaking about some more shonens, alright? Here I have the figurine of Gintoki that comes from the show Gintama. Again, a very cool figurine. I really love the pose of Gintoki here, of Gin. Why do I like this show? Well, it's a very easy show to watch that never fails to impress and to make you laugh. Like, if you're in the anime community, you're on Reddit, you see some memes around there, you'll quickly notice that even if you never watched Gintama, you saw some memes of this show appear there and there after so many years. I don't even know, like, since how many years Gintama started airing. Let me check that quickly. So it started airing since April 4th, 2011. Wow. It's been so many years. It's been how many years? 10? Like, yeah, it's been 12 years, right? I think that's what I'm saying. I think I did my math right. Yeah, 12 years. 12 years of absolute awesomeness. And it's kind of a weird show to describe. Why is that? Because, like, it has a little bit of everything. Like, sometimes you're gonna plug in one episode and it's a full action episode, and other times, I don't know how to describe it. Nothing really happens, but it's funny as fuck. Sometimes you're gonna stumble on the Gintama episode where basically they're just in their fucking apartment in their room, and they will spend the whole episode discussing about how they don't have enough budget to do anything more than that and to animate the outside, etc. And somehow they're managing to pull those jokes, and it's funny. You know, a whole episode running around one unique joke in one fucking room, and there you go, you spend 20 minutes getting entertained. And what's good also, and I found very interesting, is that you can watch episode 1 of Gintama, you can go watch episode 50, and there isn't like a very strong continuity story-wise, okay? Usually it tends to be mostly little stories that encapsulate themselves, so it's very easy to pick up kind of Gintama at any episode and never feel lost. So yeah, I like Gintama for that, and I recommend you to watch it also. Last shonen in my list as of today is Jujutsu Kaisen, a way more recently produced anime. And my figurine for this show is a figurine of Satoru Gojo. Tell me, isn't it one of the coolest fucking figurine that you ever see? So the idea is to put it like that, you know, like somewhere, boom, and he's just chilling, and he's just sitting, just like that. Look at him, with his sunglasses, tripping out of his mind. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of like the classic looking like figurines of this show that are more like in school uniform. Like, I mean, the highest quality one that are like at 200, 300 bucks, or at least more than 100, have a little bit more detail and are interesting. But the ones under 100 that are just with a school uniform, I found them, to be honest, pretty generic. Well, this one, actually, I only got it for around 30 bucks. 30, 40 bucks, I think. And I feel like it has a pretty unique look and it's pretty original. No surprise there, but another anime, of course, growing up that I liked a lot was Death Note. I think that Death Note 1 was one of the first, like I would say, more serious type psychological anime, more seinen-ish for a lot of people out there, and yeah, that was the case for me. It was the first of that style. And the only figurine that I possess is Ryuk. It's a figurine of Ryuk. This is a very known Ryuk figurine. You've probably seen it elsewhere. Most like figurine stores have it. For now, it's the only real Death Note figurine that I found, that I stumbled on, and that I really appreciated. The other, for example, L figurines, well, they were big L's, because I did not appreciate them at all. Like the faces were horrendous, etc. And I never had the chance, for now at least, to stumble on the qualitative one. I would really like to get an L figurine, but for now, well, I was very unlucky in finding that. Some other figurines that I have are from one particular character that comes from the Monogatari series. I love the Monogatari series. When I discovered them, I couldn't let them go. And one big luck that I had is that I discovered it quite recently, until only a few years ago. Okay, and all the shows were already out, so I had a blast. I watched them all in a fucking row. It was glorious. It was just amazing. Many Monogatari show. You have Boko Monogatari, I think. No, Bake Monogatari. Sorry, Boko. I think in my head I made some weird mix between Bake Monogatari and Boku no Pico. I don't know why I was thinking about that shit. Please don't go Google that if you never heard about it. Forget about it. I never said anything about it, okay? So, there's Bake Monogatari, there's Nize Monogatari, there's Neko Monogatari, there's a lot of things. But if you had to get a good introduction to this show, I would recommend you to start with the most recent ones that came out, that are a series of 3 movies that are actually the prequel to the story of the Monogatari series, that are called Kizu Monogatari. Go start with that. You have part 1, part 2, part 3. Check that out. It is glorious. And of course, my most favorite character, like a lot of people, is Shinobu. That is just amazingly cute and gorgeous. Look at that. Look at this amazing Shinobu figurine. This one was my first Shinobu figurine, okay? And I found it in a store and it was the last one that was available. They didn't even have the fucking box and I still agreed to buy it. I was a little bit butthurt to not have the box, but I couldn't let it. And until then, it has been years that I was waiting to see a figurine of her, at least around where I was living. I guess in France, like a Monogatari is not such a big thing. I guess you need to be quite a huge anime fan to even know about this show, so it's not as mainstream that it could be, I guess, in Japan. So yeah, my first Monogatari figurine, Shinobu. My second Monogatari figurine is also a Shinobu figurine, okay? I don't often buy a figurine, two figurines of the same character, but when I saw this one, I had to take it. It's actually my most prized figurine right now. It's this one. This Shinobu figurine is just amazing. Look at the quality of the details, and please, you know, one thing for me that separates like classic, average figurines with higher tier quality figurine is the base, okay? Sometimes you just have a black circular base. When they put so much effort in the base of a figurine, then you're just taking it on another level. And honestly, for the quality of this figurine, I was surprised of the price that I had to pay. I only paid 70 bucks for it, which for me is completely worth it for the quality of this figurine. It was nothing for me. It was almost given. It was almost gifted by that store. Yeah. Last but not least, I wanted to talk a little bit about Gundam, about the Gundam series. I've always been a huge fan of the Gundam series, starting with the classic Mobile Suit Gundam, the prequel to that show that came out a few years ago, Gundam Origins. Then, growing up, I watched Gundam Wings. Then I watched Gundam Seed, Gundam Seed Destiny, and then Gundam WO, a bunch and others, a bunch of Gundam shows in my portfolio, and my favorite of all is Gundam Seed. As you can see here, I have a huge wallpaper of Gundam Seed. On the left here, you will recognize Kira Yamato with the Strike Gundam behind him, and of course to the right, you have a Zeren, soldier of the Zaft army. And I guess what I'm gonna show you right now, you see it right behind me here, is not really a figurine, okay? I know it's more a Gunpla, but hey, isn't it even better, okay? So yeah, there it is. Of course, for me, my favorite Gundam of this series of Gundam Seed is of course the Freedom, that just looks glorious with its shield, with its amazing wings, etc. Oh yeah, I put his whole armament, like he has his fucking gun behind him, he has the double lightsaber, yeah, he has it all. I love it. It's equally one of my most prized, I would say, figurine possession, up there with my Shinobu one. And yeah, there you go, we are arriving now at the end of this video. This was all the figurines that I possess right now. Granted, it is not the most exceptional collection, but hey, this is what I've got. I love them and they mean a lot to me, alright? Which one was your favorite figurine in this video? Please don't hesitate to tell me that in the comments right down below. And if you also have an anime figurine collection, please tell me more about it. I would love to hear about that. And yeah, drop a like to that video if you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye bye.